Hey, what's up? I'm the Zim. This is the Zim video journal. This is the Zim video or the Zim's video journal on the Zim video. And what I'm going to talk about this week, this is episode 152. And if you notice that the titles have changed, I'm going the Zim VJ Ep.152 instead of that whole long one, so I can put more whatever ends up being the rest of the title can be longer now if I want it to be. Thumbs up today. Hope you're doing well. Let's do it. I go jam of the week, I go word on the street, I go what's going down in the music, and then I go what's going down in life, and a couple other things sprinkled in there. So let's do this, shall we? Jam of the week again. I've discovered another band from the work we did with Nada Mucho's 41 bands for 2017. This band is called World Bank, and the song is called Mary. So I'll link it up in the that place down there, the description of the video. So it's on Bandcamp. So check it out. Grab it if you want it. I did. I own it now. I'm digging it. Good rock and roll type of thing. Good. Yeah. I like it. Obviously, I like it. It's my jam of the week. Okay, so word on the street. This last week we had Michael Gill and Andrew Ginn of Plus One Presents. Super rad to have a different slice of the scene. It was my chance, in a way, to have somebody that's involved with the Upstream Music Festival on the podcast. There's still a lot of questions and a lot of ideas for me personally surrounding just the whole idea of the Upstream Music Festival, what it is, what it'll support. It's in May 13th, that weekend is when it's happening. I personally won't be able to make it. It just didn't line up right. I have to pick my times when I can make it back to Seattle, because I don't make enough money to buy tickets whenever I want. So I'm kind of doing a 3-month cycle focused on getting podcasts and things like that. And it just didn't line up right in the cycle. They never got back to me on whether or not I could have a press pass. I wasn't super diligent on dogging them, like hounding them to find out either. I asked once or twice and they never got back. So it is what it is. I hope eventually, I hope they recognize that Word on the Street wants to be a part of this conversation. If they are truly invested in, cultivating a thriving scene in the Northwest with this festival and music and being Northwest focused, Seattle focused with the bands they select, I hope they reach out eventually to go like, oh, this guy is actually exclusive to the Northwest music scene and really digging down to find out what it's all about. So I hope down the line I can be involved in some way. I would love to be involved in some way, either by speaking at it about the Northwest community, by curating a stage, by being on some kind of involvement where my thoughts and ideas are valued for what they're trying to do, what they're trying to build. So we'll see if it even continues in next year or whatever. So that's the Michael Gill, Andrew Ginn conversation. Of course, we talked about a whole bunch of other things. We were at the W Hotel, which was pretty cool. For me, it was one of the cooler kind of places to record the podcast, was in the hotel, and kind of just a neat little thing. And there's been a couple times that's happened for me, but I'm curious to see if those kind of moments happen even more down the line as I get to know more people and interview more people. I forgot to look up who's coming up. So it's gonna be a mystery who's gonna be on 131 this week. So anyways, we got another one coming up, obviously. So kind of word on the street related stuff. Let's do this first. So first, I was on the mixtape with Shanta Tori when I was back in Seattle last time around. When I got all my podcast interviews, I went and was on a podcast/radio show. He just today published it to the internet, to SoundCloud. I'll link it up down below. It's like a almost 30-minute conversation. Really awesome. I've already listened to it like 6 times because that's the way I am about things. And I had fun. I hope people will listen to it so more of Word on the Street's conversation idea can get out there. It's supposed to air on the actual Cairo radio. It was supposed to air a few weeks ago, but because it's Mariner season now, his show lands on a Sunday, and whenever there's a game, his show gets kind of preempted. So I think it's still going to air on actual terrestrial radio, which I hope it does, because that'll be neat. But I'm not holding my breath. I know things happen. So it's now published to the internet, so people can find it, and I'll share it out, and you can listen to it. So I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I thought it was cool. I obviously like talking. I mean, I've made 152 of these videos, so clearly I like to talk about what I'm doing. I made another video, so I'm starting a new series of videos called Success in Seattle Music. Basically, that title is because you can't have a really long title, and the kind of longer title would be How to Be Successful in the Seattle Music Scene or something like that. And this is just based on what I believe it takes to be successful in the Seattle music scene. Based on what I've learned from my nearly 20 years of playing in the scene, and then my 2.5 years of investigating through the podcast. I think I have a pretty good perspective of what the scene's all about, and I'm gonna start sharing those videos right now. I had part one is out. It's called The 4 Types, so you can check it out. I'll link it up. There's a screenshot of the thumbnail right there, but I'll link it up. You can check it out. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you thought. Post comments on the video. Let me know if you agree, disagree, all that stuff. And I plan to do at least, I have like 5 or 6 more ideas written down that I will make, and as I make those, I'm sure I'll do more. I'll probably do 1 a week for a while, just to kind of slowly roll them out and see what kind of reaction they get. This one's already, I published it today, and it's gotten 1 share so far that I know of, so that's pretty cool. So I think I think it's cool. And in this idea, so with this whole Success in Seattle Music, what I'm doing in the podcast, I'm actually feeling really confident about what I have to say, the ideas I have to say, and how I'm just my own personal relationship with the podcast and what's going on. I'm feeling super confident. I'm going after more names of people to have guests on the podcast that are the next caliber, kind of the next level of kind of popularity, I guess you'd say, in the local music scene. And I feel like I have a good, thing going on with my own personal confidence in it. So I'm excited to see where it grows, and I'm willing to kind of put my neck out there a little bit and guess in a way, and state my opinions a little bit more stronger about what it means to be a part of the scene, and just different ideas that have come up. And that video is kind of one of them. One of the things that has come up already with the 4 types is basically the 4 types of bands / musicians that make up the Seattle and Northwest music community. And one person wanted to know if I had examples of each band, and I do. But I didn't want to say them because I don't think that's appropriate. Because what I know is we're not very self-aware, and I don't want to put anybody on the spot, making them feel resentful for the label. So it's really up to the community to listen to it and go, agree or disagree, and then use their own critical thinking and going, how do they, I'm really talking to the individuals, I'm talking to the people listening to it, and how do I fit within this community? Where does my band fit? And it's oh, my band kind of acts like this one, or something like that. So it's kind of, that's the way I see it in a way. I'm just not really necessary to name names and say which bands are doing what. So I think it's up to the community to kind of just think about it. So anyways, that's that. What's going on the music front? So the Zim and Arock are playing a show June 11th at the High Dive, because I'll be in Seattle June 7th through the 16th getting a whole bunch of interviews. I haven't really sent out a lot of emails yet for scheduling. However, I've gotten 2 booked already, and I'm going for at least 10 this time, maybe more, because I have my tour coming up, and I kind of want to maybe get through the tour and not run into, so June, July, August, so September I think would be the next time I'd have to come back to Seattle in that 3-month cycle. and I don't want to, since I'm going on tour and the money aspect of that, I don't know how it'll work out with my next trip to Seattle. There might be a gap in podcasts, or there might, I don't know, we'll see how it all plays out. So that's what's going on with that. The June 11th show, we do have one band confirmed. It's Morning Glory Revival with Ian McKagan, Woody, and I don't remember Woody's last name, but and then I don't know their drummer's name. But anyways, they're on the lineup, and I've got another band that I'm working on. It seems pretty positive. I'll let you know once I'm confirmed with that. So looking forward to that show Sunday night in Seattle, June 11th. So be sure to come out. And of course, I'll be in Seattle, so I'll be going to a lot of shows during that week. So I've mentioned them in previous videos and on the podcast. So I'll probably mention them again before I get there. So I hope to see you out at a couple shows. Okay, what's going on in my life world? So I'm still obviously driving Lyft. I made another Lyft video. I haven't done it yet, so it probably won't be published until later, after this one. Usually I do them at the same day, but I'm not doing that today. I'm doing another Lyft video. I am just in general. I was gonna start this whole video different than I have been in the past, but because just yesterday, this last few days, I've been like really tired, really anxious feeling. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to just kind of document what's going on for me right now in life as a posterity thing. So when my kids, Jaden and Orion, hi, how are you? When you're watching this down the road, you can kind of know what's been going on with me in my life right now. Honestly, I'm not really that happy with living in San Diego yet. I don't know if I will ever be. I obviously love being close to my kids. That's like the best thing about this whole process for me right now. But I'm just working very, very hard, and I was kind of hoping that, delusionally maybe, and I think I might have mentioned this once before, but I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to work hard and get ahead rather than work hard and just survive. I'm looking forward to the time when I can thrive a little bit, and I know I'm putting myself in a position of what I'm willing to do. We all do it, right? Everybody's only willing to do certain things. There's always a job out there if you want it, but what are you willing to actually do? And I really enjoy, and the trade-off right now, I guess I just have to rest in the idea that the trade-off of working all the time is that I get to spend time with my kids, and I don't have to have a boss, and I can have this somewhat flexible schedule, and I can go on tour, and I can do this, but I just have to work all the time. There are no real weekends for me right now. There's just no time off, and it's exhausting. It's completely exhausting. I'm kind of dealing with my anxiety and depression have both come back a little stronger than they have for a while. As you know, I've been dealing with this eye thing that's kind of freaking me out in a lot of ways, and I don't know what's going on. I went to a regular just optometrist, and they didn't see anything wrong with my eyes. So this week I'm going to a medical doctor to find out if there's I don't know, not to find out, but just to kind of continue the conversation of what I need to do next, to figure out if it's anything to be concerned with. But it is kind of messing with me. It's making it hard for me to stay relaxed about life and whatnot. Because I don't know it's just kind of weird when you can't see as clearly as you normally can, So that's just what's been going on in that way. And it's really, honestly, that for me right now, that's creating a lot of stress and making it hard for me to stay relaxed, on top of having to work all the time, on top of, being worried about money. It's like the money, I can't get it. I haven't got ahead yet. And it's pretty frustrating, to be honest, but I'm hoping that I can. And so basically I just wanted to record this moment as just like, so it's documented for myself and my family, so they know if they choose to see this down the line, what it's been like today, this last couple of weeks. But thank you for joining and watching and being a part of this journey with me. Of course, if you have any questions for me about anything that I'm working on and doing, I'd love to talk to you about it. And I also love to hear what you're listening to, your music, your jams of the week. And I hope you're well. And I'll talk with you again next week. All right. Peace.